For the past few months, Ariyanna has received a ton of attention and affection from an older man. And that man is her biological cousin, Tony. You see, Ariyanna says that her cousin Tony has been creeping her out by liking her half-naked thirst trap pics on social media, constantly calling her and going to her same church. But it was a hug that she received from Tony in church a week ago that got the rest of the family involved, and that's also when Ariyanna says Tony truly crossed the line. Why do you consider him to be creepy?
It's the things that he do that none of my other older cousins do towards me. We were in church taking pictures, like with the grandfather, all of us after church. And he was supposed to send me the pictures, and he ended up just sending me the picture with me and him and saying how beautiful I was. So like that was like number one. And it's just like, then he would call me and then text me and say, you were supposed to call me back. I don't like liars. It's just making me feel kind of
like somebody who might be interested.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
How often do you run into Tony?
About every Sunday, but I stopped going for a while.
You stopped going to church because of Tony?
Yes, because I was trying to avoid him. I don't want to feel weird, like towards a family member, you know, being weird towards me. I don't want to be, that's
you know, this isn't like sexual molestation or anything like that, but not to downplay it, because if somebody makes you feel very uncomfortable and you have to alter your weekly routine, your daily routine, it's not right for you. You know, what happened on Sunday in church?
He seen I was kind of avoiding him. He kept trying. At the end of church, Markia was saying it like the whole time. He say one more thing, I'm sick of it. I'm gonna say something. It was like right after the appropriate hug. He kept saying like, you broke my heart and I miss you and stuff.
That is creepy, man.
Yeah, it was just like, what? It was
I mean, I agree with you.
It was just making me feel all types, like weird, oh my goodness, disgusted. And so after church, he said it again, like reached, like pointed across the parking lots, telling me, and I'm just trying to be nice, like how? Like trying to see, like how? I'm not trying to like be confrontational or anything like that. But my cousin, Markia, the one that was on the screen, she was like, no, what do you miss about her that you don't miss about me or any of us, you know? Yeah, she was like,
how come you're not in the room?
She was like, yeah, I've been telling my dad, like, I've been telling my dad for a while.
What
like,
about this hug that he gave you?
It was, like, very uncomfortable. That made me feel disgusted. I know when a man is being inappropriate. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was not okay.
It wasn't a family hug that I give my aunt.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. Like, my dad raised me right. I know that was inappropriate.
It was a hug that you felt had a little sexual intent to it?
Yes.
Okay.
It was he grabbed my whole thigh, like, really, Yes. It was not okay.
And I'm only reading the card. These aren't my words.
Yeah.
You post thirst trap photos, and that's like what, you in a bikini? Or?
Yeah, it was just like out the shower in the towel, like good night picture or something like that. Okay. It was something like that.
And he's liking them?
Yeah, the first person within like 5 minutes.
He's the first person.
It made me feel.
Does he put in like emojis or?
Yeah, it was like heart. Yeah, hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No.
Made me feel.
Okay. Do you think Tony wants to get with you?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know his maybe intentions. Maybe I just feel like.
Or is he just an awkward dude?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. It just is too much for me. I'm not sure.
He took a lie detector test, and what was the whole? I don't even know what we're asking him.
He's bringing us in here.
If he's like sexually attracted to her? Okay. Let's meet Cousin Tony.
How you doing, Steve?
How you doing, Tony?
First of all, I see everybody laughing, and they think this is funny. This is not a joke to me. That's why I call it the show. None of this is my intentions, and one thing about it, you know I got 2 daughters, and women have been mistreated, sexually harassed, fondled. I take that serious. That's why I call it the show.
First of all, this isn't a case of you being accused of sexual molesting or anything like that. To me, this is a story about kind of awkwardness, right?
Yes, sir.
How somebody could perceive something totally different than you.
Yes, sir.
You, this is your cousin, you have no sexual desires for her?
No, sir.
No. Okay.
I just want to relate to some things that I heard back there. I knew you since you were born. When you say confrontation, I am that little one in everybody's family they call when they're in trouble. I have been in physical confrontation protecting her father, her aunts, and the people that's talking now.
You're the family protector.
Right, but them saying they confronted
How
me.
I'm supposed to be feel protected if you're making me feel so uncomfortable and weird? You're giving me a hug that none of my other cousins does that to me.
I agree.
I have so many older cousins. None of them does that. They wouldn't dare ever.
I
ever.
agree, but I just came to respond to what you already said.
Did you hug her in a way that you thought was...
No, sir. Sir, it's a pew right here. She's in this aisle.
Right.
When I turned around, I hugged her with one hand leaning like this, which would make me be 6'2", and touch her waist, not her buttocks, not her leg.
Marquis even says she's there and she feels like you're acting inappropriately.
I'm aware of that.
And she's your cousin too, right?
Steve, she's my cousin, but the relationships aren't the same. I was with her father since she was a baby.
Yeah.
I have text messages on the phone that I still talk to her mother.
No. But do you say things like to this?
Have that with
why
the
are
other
you saying
cousin.
things like, you're breaking my heart, you haven't called me back?
Okay, I can explain that, sir. We have, like, the men in our family that protect them. When we everybody have a favorite cousin. We say that. It's nothing intentional. It's almost like
But you can understand for a younger woman that this might make her feel uncomfortable.
Sir, I can understand that. I can also understand coaching. I can also understand, like I said, my whole life.
Somebody's coaching? Who's coaching?
I came out here to be respectful and let them talk. I don't know. Why is the big question?
My daughter is a young, beautiful woman like her, and she will post, pictures where it highlights her beauty.
Yes, sir.
And I noticed a particular friend liking those photos. And I got to be honest, I did not like that. I don't want my friends liking that picture. Like, and maybe, because we're about the same age, I think we have to learn social media do's and don'ts, right?
You might. I don't.
Oh, really?
If you, I want you to show me that picture.
Well, she said she showed the picture.
Show me the picture.
Did you like the picture of her?
I want to see my name
It's on there.
on the screenshot.
It's on there.
What did her dad say to you?
Her father called me. This is after the parking lot. We was at the church, and I was in the car leaving church with my other first cousin. Phone rung. I said, "Hey, man, what's going on?" He said, "That's what I'm trying to figure out." He said, "He's in rah-rah mode. He's in rah-rah." I said, "I'm trying to figure it out, too," because I didn't understand that. Because what I said to Ari when she was acting distant was, "What's the matter?" You know what she said to me?
What?
"I don't want to be in the middle of other people's stuff." I didn't understand that. Because you're my cousin. Who's the other person?
But does Archie think you're being inappropriate?
This is what he said. First time in my life. But me and Archie were just together September 2nd when my father's anniversary of his death. Why didn't Archie tell me this as a cousin? Come to me like a man,
Right.
if I'm wrong. Come to me like a man and say, "Archie's feeling uncomfortable. Tell him we family, let's fix this."
Well, let's find out. Let's bring out Archie.
Hey, man, it's just like you made her feel very uncomfortable. She told me about this way back in the summer. She asked me, just leave it alone. Yeah. But then when she called me at work and she told me you did it again, that's when I called you. I didn't even have your number. I had to call her back and get the phone number. She gave me the phone number, right? Mm-hmm. I had to call her. She looked in her phone, gave me the number. So that's when I called you, because that was for you to be making her feel that way, for her to call me and tell me these things. I had to call you and confront you.
You did, as a man, but what did I tell you when you called me? I got daughters. If somebody did this, I wouldn't be calling on the phone, I would be at the house. I'm saying to you my first cousin, I felt you could have called me or she, like you said, she's uncomfortable. You could have called me instead of attacking me and asked me, this is how she feels, do something about
And
it.
that's exactly
and
what
I
I
would
did.
respect you.
I
You called me a pedophile?
I never called you a pedophile.
Nobody
I never
ever-
called you a
nobody ever-
pedophile.
I was with-
I asked
We
you.
don't
I
think
asked
that.
you
with
why
our
the
other
fact.
first cousin. We
I
were
know.
on the
I
car
knew who you
phone.
was with.
So
and
you're gonna say?
so,
would you take a polygraph that you never said that?
Yes, I would.
You heard me talking about this social media, right? Like,
Right.
if your daughter's posting like sexy pictures, you wouldn't want your friends or your cousins liking those photos.
I see a lot of my friends' photos. I just go scroll right past them.
That's right.
Because that's
like
not
you look
appropriate.
at it and then you move on.
Right, right.
Not like, hey baby, you're like, So, but he says he didn't even like the photo. It wasn't him.
No.
But
I
you
said
say
I've
he
liked
liked
her-
it.
I've liked some of her posts, not the one
But
I
not
just seen.
but right, of course.
Yeah, getting out of the shower.
If my daughter is, at school or posting something about this or that, I don't care if everybody likes it. But if she's in her bikini or coming out of the shower, I don't want my friends or my male cousins liking that photo.
Respect.
And,
Right.
Respect.
all I'm saying is, Tony, I do think there are things to be learned because the three of us grew up in a time when there wasn't social media or
Exactly.
cell phones and all this stuff. Kids today, they're growing up in a totally different world than we are, and we need to learn the rules. She's not saying you sexually this or that. She's saying you're making me feel uncomfortable. Because you're making me feel uncomfortable, I don't want to go to church, these things. So you have to say, you know what? I don't want to make her uncomfortable. I'm not saying you did anything wrong, but you have to say, well, maybe I need to not do the things that make her uncomfortable. Let's
Can I
get to
make
these
one
lights.
comment, Steve?
Sure.
That's exactly what I said. But I have to know that I make you feel uncomfortable to repair that.
Yeah. Well, you know now.
I know now.
Okay. We asked Tony, did you touch your cousin, Ariyanna, in an inappropriate sexual manner when you hugged her in church? He answered no. Did you have romantic feelings towards your cousin, Ariyanna? He answered no. Do you have sexual desires for your cousin, Ariyanna? He answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Tony told the truth.
That's what we want. That's what we want.
Why are you walking off the stage? Okay, thank you. That would still make me feel uncomfortable.
That's all we wanted. That's
Yeah,
all
that's
we wanted.
good.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
we'd rather have that.
I don't know if
as part of the
Tony's
family
coming
or what.
back or
That's
he's
just-
just
that's
he
just-
gone.
That's,
He gone.
that's just Tony. That's just
So,
Tony.
but this is a different type of story we've done,
That's
and
just-
I do think it's important because you can be an older guy like myself and fight like saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be so sensitive, young women, right?" But no, I think I have to adapt to this new world because times change, things change, social media has changed, and if we, the older generation, are making this young woman feel uncomfortable, what's so hard about saying, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to not do that anymore because I don't want you to just like I don't want anybody make me feel uncomfortable. You can't go to church, you feel uncomfortable, things like that. You shouldn't feel that way. And I think he kind of blew this out of proportion. He could have just said, you know what, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm going to not do that anymore. And this would have been
Exactly.
over. Thanks for
Thank you
coming
so
on,
much.
Sean. Nice meeting you.
Thank you, sir.